Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Britt, healer, astro girly, Jackie of all trades, owner of the Power Passion LLC. If you're trying to book with me, link is in the description box below. Alright, so I'm excited. Let's talk, y'all. Let's talk. So today's topic is going to be about the sunk cost fallacy. I wanted to talk about this because I was thinking about all that I've held on to just because I thought that maybe I would be wasting money, or I would have wasted my time, I would have wasted my energy, and instead of letting things go, I decided to stick around and waste even more time just to end up quitting anyways. So I'm here to tell you, quit while you ahead, okay? All right, y'all, I got my notes. Let's first, of course, Google. Let's always Google what we're talking about so that we can have a concrete explanation, because if I give y'all a definition, y'all might get confused. But if Google said it, that's what it is. So the sunk cost fallacy is the phenomenon whereby a person is reluctant to abandon a strategy or course of action because they have invested heavily in it, even when it is clear that abandonment would be more beneficial. So this reluctancy could be you feel like you aren't aware of any other option, or you are aware that there are other choices, but you're gonna go ahead and pick this choice because you've already invested heavily. You already got into it. You're already too deep. You've put too much money, or you put too much time, or too much energy, or all of the above. And because you think that you're too deep, you think that you can't turn around. When in actuality, nothing is stopping you from quitting but you. But a lot of people would much rather struggle and suffer if that means that they did not waste their money or waste their time. People would much rather trust their judgment than God's judgment. It kind of reminds me of that story where the man is on a boat. He's crying out to God. He's like, God, help me, help me, help me. Get me off this boat. God sends a raft. God sends the helicopter. God sends it all. And what happens? The man sits there and drowns. And when he goes to heaven, he's like, God, why didn't you come and help me? Bitch, I sent you everything. Like, what? That's how stupid people be. It just be like, we sent you all the signs. We sent you the anxiety attacks, your mental health declining. We sent you all of these obstacles to tell you, please turn around, please stop while you're ahead. And you didn't stop while you were ahead, and you kept going. And now you have created this fictitious obstacle in your head that you are stuck when you're not stuck. You're not a tree. You can move. That lady has something going for her, okay?
You are not a tree, you can move.
That's right, that's right. But a lot of us, because of pride and because of the negativity that is projected onto us, we have this negative stigma that says that quitting is bad. Quitting is a no-no. Never quit, never give up. You got to hustle. Hustle, hustle till you fucking bustle, bitch. So people will stay in things that they know is out of alignment for them. They know that they feel horrible staying in this situation, but they'll stay just because of investment. People will imprison. We will imprison ourselves in a situation knowing we have no passion for it, knowing we have no will, no drive to be here, knowing we hate it here. But nah, we invested too much, right? So we can't turn back. Yes, you can.
You are not a tree.
Who said we can't? And a lot of people will have this excuse like, okay, but I turn back now, but now I've wasted all of this time, and now I have to go and use up more time to get to the place that I actually want to get to. They get hooked on that more time part. They don't think about how, okay, I'm gonna eventually get to the place that I want to get. They instead hear, oh, I have to invest more time. Even though you've already wasted enough, you're willing to continue to waste more just because you don't want to put in the time for the thing you actually want. Why are y'all scared of being happy? That's what that sounds like to me. Why are you scared of being happy? Who cares how long it takes? I'm in this life for a long time anyways. I'm gonna enjoy it. And people will say, you know, I put in this many years, I put in this many years, I put in this much energy, I did all of this. Okay. And you can do all of that with the thing that you actually want to do. that was a great use of energy because it showed that you are good with resilience. Congratulations, you did actually get something out of it. You went through that struggle so you can realize how useless struggling is. So you can realize, oh, you know, I don't have to struggle to win. Maybe that was the lesson of you going through all of that. Maybe you needed to learn patience. Who knows what the lesson is, but it had value. Just because it didn't have the outcome that you thought it should have had does not mean it does not have any value in your life. There's value in everything that you have invested in. But you need to figure out what the value is and stop being so stuck and prideful in the outcome that you want and can't get, or the outcome that you want and can get, but you would be miserable with the outcome, and you know that because you've been miserable this whole time. So come on, let's get into it. Let's get into it. The sunk cost fallacy. Let's get into it. I see that the sunk cost fallacy is one of the gateway drugs into the life of suffering, into the addiction of suffering, because it is an addiction. Although it feels bad, our brains are kind of hooked to it. It's kind of a dopamine rush, just a little bit. Our brain just, likes to struggle a bit, likes to suffer. Feels like, if we're not suffering, we're not working hard enough.
No.
Please fall out of that kind of thinking. Fall out of those beliefs. We've all been lied to. But understand that they'll teach us this sort of dysfunction because our bodies will get used to it. Our bodies will get used to dysfunctionally thinking like this, thinking that suffering must be had in order to win, thinking that I have to be stressed in order to win. And because we stay in these spaces for so long with the suffering, it's like when we finally try to change our mindset, we finally try to break out of our habits, it seems like such a daunting thing for us. It seems like the end of the world. Our nervous system is wrecked. Because it's like, baby, I got used to suffering. Why are you trying to get me out of it? That's exactly what the body said. What are you doing? I've been running this show for how long? And now you're trying to change the script? What's wrong with you? Your nervous system got used to your stagnancy. The nervous system don't want to go nowhere. And the human brain loves consistency. And this is just due to evolution. The brain loves consistency, hates change. But what I'm realizing is that the human brain does love consistency, but you can tweak what the consistency is. It can be a consistency in change, because some people like consistency in change, or it can be a consistency in stagnancy. It's up to you what you have primed your brain to be used to. Because some people, you hear like they moving around all the time. That's what they like. Now, if they sat down and did nothing, they would get bored. Their nervous system would be wrecked too. They're used to moving around and doing things all the time. And I even see this in my life. I've gotten used to working so hard that rest is nerve-wracking for me. Rest is anxiety-inducing for me. So now it's learning how to get used to change. And what I'm realizing is in order for the body to get used to change, you have to make change consistent. And what I mean by used to is not having that erratic fight or flight response. That's what I'm referring to, because you know how it is, that chest get tight, that anxiety go up. You're just beyond discomfort. I get a little discomfort in life, but that nervous system and that sympathetic go off, child, the sympathetic nervous system is a beast. I would have thought I was dying. Somebody was trying to cure me. But no, back to what I was saying. You must normalize change, because the more you do something, the less threatening it seems. So I encourage anybody who is dealing with the sunk cost fallacy, when it comes to change, start in increments, because those incremental changes are going to add up. That is what the compound effect is. And when you really think about it, you are a culmination of changes. Who you are today is a culmination of a bunch of different things that you did and different changes that occurred in your life. You weren't always like this, okay? You weren't always this person sitting here watching this video. But understand, if you want to see something different, you have to do something different. You are required to make different choices. So now let's get into my story on sunk cost fallacy, Bookie. All right, this is what has happened to me. So before, I did do YouTube, right? And I did invest a lot of time into it, but I didn't believe in myself. So before I came back to YouTube for a while. In that meantime, I graduated from college, got a bachelor's degree in biology, planned to go to med school, was applying to med school. By the second time I applied, because I applied twice, I already knew by the second time I wouldn't want to ever do this again, but I went ahead and did it again. So I went ahead and wasted more money, more time, more energy in something that I knew that I did not necessarily want, but because I didn't think I had any more options and I restricted myself, I said I have to use this degree even though I don't have to. Yeah, the money's wasted, I guess, wasted, but I learned a lot. I did a lot in college. Like, I got experience. That's really what college was there for. I got the experience and I got some of the background knowledge of things that, who knows, I might be on here teaching y'all a little experiment. We don't know that. And I learned a lot in those psychology classes that I took. So I can use all of this stuff within my passion. I absolutely can. But even if I couldn't use it in my passion, it still wouldn't matter because I need to pursue my passion. So anyways, I went ahead, graduated, continued to go to the lengths of med school, stuff that I knew I didn't want to do, but it was kind of like I felt obligated based off of investment, not only on my end, but my parents' end. I felt like I needed to go ahead and do it. And plus, I had already invested in my mind as well, like the imagination of being a doctor and going through this, and I had different plans, and I knew that I was going to try to be in med school for the wrong reasons. I was trying to use med school as a building block, in a sense, to fund my passion. And I'm just like, there are different ways to fund your passion, for one. Two, why not just make money off of your passion? But I had invested so much that I thought I had to see this through. So anyways, by the second round of applying to med school, I got an interview, and then I got on a wait list, and then I didn't hear anything after that. I had a little ego death because it was kind of like, dang, like, what am I going to do with my life? I gotta figure this out, and quick, stats, immediately. So I ended up spending $3,000, y'all, to do a course to get this useless certificate to become a software QA engineer. So yes, I know how to do that stuff. I know how to do that stuff, okay? And I chose that because it just seemed fun. Like, I enjoyed learning about it, but when it came to applying for jobs, I had like a lot of anxiety, fear of rejection, lack of confidence. I did not believe in myself, so of course I wasn't gonna get a job. With those like negative limiting beliefs, there was no way I was gonna get a job. On top of the projected belief that, oh, the job market is so hard. When you tell yourself those limiting beliefs, it's like you kind of stifle yourself from success. So for about a year, I was trying to apply to the jobs, and I gave up, man. Especially when like I was that kind of person, like, I'm gonna do it for the money. Like, money really drove me for a lot of my life, and that was the point of my choices, because hello, Taurus moon, I need that stability. Where is the money at? Where is the money? That was my thought process. But now, money don't run me, I run money, okay? But anyways, fast forward, a year later, I quit, and in that release, I finally got the idea to come back to YouTube, and I was very resistant to it because of my negative beliefs and how I saw YouTube, and knowing how triggering it was for me to quit YouTube. I was shaking in my boots back in the day. I don't know why I said I gotta quit. It really bogged down to a fear of rejection, as well as not loving myself enough. So now I'm to that point where it's like, if I were to never get a view again, I would still keep on making videos. Would I post them? Maybe not. But I would still keep creating, because that's something I'm actually passionate about. That's something I actually want to do, regardless of if I'm paid for it or not. I like creating videos. I love piecing things together. I love coming on here and being a light for others, helping people this is my jam, girl. And I also love to learn, and I love to share what I've learned with others. Y'all just gonna have to get used to me. I'm so sorry. But yes, with all of that being said, there were a bunch of places where I should have stopped and sat down before I went and made these investments, before I even got myself stuck in these investments. There were a lot of things that were pointing me away. And if you know anything about tarot, I pulled a card right before I dropped that $3,000. I pulled 10 of coins reverse. Yeah, the girl isn't that bright. The girl was not very bright, but I was desperate for answers. I was desperate for stability. I think that was the problem and why I always found myself falling back into this sunk cost fallacy. I wanted stability so bad. So much to a point that I would sacrifice my stability just for stability. Isn't that crazy? I would sacrifice my stability just for stability. I was willing to be so uncomfortable, beyond discomfort, just so I can feel like I had an answer. When in reality, the discomfort was the answer. It was telling me, turn around now, stop while you're ahead. And the discomfort just kept getting worse and worse. The unhappiness got worse and worse. My mental health got worse and worse. And I did not read that the way I should have, because all that discomfort was telling me was, baby, we gotta change what we're doing. Let's try something else, please. Let's try something else, please. But I was so scared of not knowing. I was so scared of not having an option that I made options without even consulting God or without any of that. I just went off of the first thing I could grab onto. And I was scared of failure. But what I'm realizing is sometimes the thing that scares you the most is the thing you need the most. The thing that scares you the most could be the very thing that frees you. And for me, failure freed me. That little business venture failed so that I can come here and I have so much peace of mind. I'm so glad I'm here. Oh my God. But yes, I'm very grateful. And it took a lot to get here because I felt like very alone on my journey, even though I wasn't. God and spirit were right there guiding me. I just wasn't aware of it. That's really the only thing that separated me from the guidance, me not recognizing it as guidance and trying to interpret it my own way and do things my own way and do things out of ego. But just know that when you're ready, God, your spirit guides, they are there. They're here to help. They're ready. When you're ready to listen, you're gonna hear it. Okay? But yes, that is the end of my video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope I talked you out of something that you don't need to be in. Whether that be a relationship, might be school, might be a job, might be your family, something. I hope I talked you off of that ledge. You don't have to go through with it. Please, especially if it's a marriage that you know ain't gonna work out. Please stop. Pause. Okay? Quit while you're ahead. I don't care. I don't give a damn. We have to care about our peace over investment. Okay? Peace over investment. All right? So that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.